All right. Yeah. Jesse Lee Peterson. I think I'm gonna like do more him than the woke things because to be honest, even in the woke compilations, Jesse's the funny one. Like Jesse makes me laugh. Like none of them will make you laugh. Like they just kind of go, yeah, fair point, yeah. But Jesse is within seconds he's just got you rolling. So I think I'm gonna stick with the Jesse. Or if someone's got some other funny Um, yeah, funny ones. But yeah, I thought I'd do this an actual long one, but I'll do it in two parts. This is a full Jesse thing. This is gonna be so good because the snippets are good, so this is gonna be good. But yeah, Michael Gallagher Ashurst was a SJW beta. Beta. But yeah, let's go.
I have with me Michael Gallagher Ashurst. Ashurst. And Michael is an internet personality who is popular on the web for his satirical Facebook videos on social justice issues. Michael, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Jesse. How are you?
All is well, sir. I appreciate you coming on. How did you get started as being so popular as a social justice warrior on the web?
Basically, I would just put my opinions, my thoughts, and what I think is right out there. And for some reason, I would just get hordes of people attacking me and being mean to me, bullying me, harassing me. And at first, it really bothered me, but now it doesn't bother me. I thrive on it, and I'm not going to change who I am because of other people.
Amazing. And who are you?
I am Michael Alexander Gallagher Ashurst.
And are you a feminist?
I used to be a feminist, but recently I have made a very large life change, and I do not identify as a feminist anymore. And that's because I have realized that feminism isn't about equality, because that's what I want, and that's what I was fighting for. And what I've seen now is feminism is about female superiority. They hate men, they hate me. They just use me as a tool, and I'm not going to have a part of it.
I don't blame you. And when I asked who are you, you gave me your name, but not who are you. Who you are. Who are you? Do you know?
I'm not sure what you mean by that question.
You said that you're going to be yourself. You're going to be who you are. And I asked,
Yes.
who are you? But you're right about the feminists. They do hate men, that's for sure. How did you come to recognize that they hate men?
Well, the breaking point was recently, a few months ago, my girlfriend of 6 years left me, and the man that she left me for was a toxic male. He was the type of male that I thought we were fighting against. But for some
Now, this is what your Andrew Tates and all that have been saying. That if you're a weak man, your girl's only going to leave you for the, do you know what I mean, the things she says she hates. This is, he's like literally living proof.
reason she's gone with him and threw me to the side. And if they want to do that, that's fine, because I'm not going to participate in toxic masculinity and this type of game where you're just going to use me as bait or a designated driver to get you to your protests. And
I feel
Amazing.
sorry for him.
So you dated her for 3 years?
6 years.
6 years.
6 years.
Were you guys living together?
Yes, we were.
And how old are you, Michael?
I'm 32 years old.
Oh, you seem younger.
you.
Why did you marry her?
I don't think that's a compliment.
That's a good question. I guess she just didn't want to. I'm not the type to propose. I would need to be proposed to, so she never asked.
Why would you need? Men are not supposed to be proposed to, because men bring the woman into their world. He doesn't go into her world. Why would you need to be proposed to? You're not a woman.
Because proposals are toxic masculinity. That is a man putting a woman on a spot and saying, I need an answer right now. And I'm not that type of guy. I let women have the power, and I give them the power and responsibility, and I am just here to support them.
Beta.
Well then what's he moaning about, driving his girlfriend around and doing things she wants and then her leaving him, if he's just there to support? And let's be honest, no little girl, like little girls dream of their getting married. Little boys don't. Little girls do. But no girl fantasizes about actually her proposing. Do you know what I mean? That's crazy that that's a thing.
Jesse.
That's why your girlfriend left you, because you're a beta male. She wanted you to be a man. She wanted you to lead the way, not follow her.
But I did everything for that. Anything she asked for, I would do.
But you should never do that.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
You're supposed to lead and do the right thing, and she will follow. You're not supposed to give a woman or do everything that a woman asks you to do, because that's a weakness, and women hate weakness, hate weak men.
Well, I got a news flash for you. It's 2019. Okay, it's not 1986 anymore.
I got a news flash for you. Your girlfriend left you.
And what does that mean in 2019? What does that mean?
It means that we've evolved. We're no longer stuck in the dredges of a patriarchy. We've woke up and we see what's going on, and we're not going to participate in it anymore.
So it means that you don't have values anymore?
Yeah, I have a lot of values, actually. Yes, I do.
But that's what they had in 18, whatever you said. It was the values. It's more values that led men and women. And so that should be the same today. Why has that changed?
Because it's not a woman's job. The values back then benefited men and men only, okay?
That's not true. That's not true. Women, when men were men and they had more values, women got their values from the men. Now that the men are weak, women have no values because they don't have any way of getting them.
Well, that's a good point, but we have Andrea Ocasio-Cortez now to
look how nutty she is, though. She has no value. She lives with her boyfriend. She's a socialist.
He's got to be on the spectrum somewhere, right? Because he does see things very literal and takes things very literal and very matter of fact. Because even to the point where if you say something that completely makes sense, like then he's like, yeah, that's a good point, because it, do you know what I mean? Jesse's saying it, yeah, he's got to be on the spectrum.
She's out of her mind because she doesn't have a real man.
Well, we're going to have to disagree on that one, because I think women can be strong and independent and alone, and they don't need men. They just get a career, work, and be happy. That's it.
Have you ever seen a strong woman?
Yes, I have. I've seen plenty of them. I've been to multiple women marches.
But men only think that women are strong because men are weak. Women are not strong. It's just that men are weak. So it looks like women are strong. Are you you a social justice warrior, right?
I don't like to call myself that, but yeah, I suppose I am.
And could you put me on camera so you can see me? And so, what does it mean to be a social justice warrior? What is that exactly?
It means that you stand up for social injustices that you see.
Like what, for example?
Like men trying to tell women that they can't abort their babies before birth. It's not your body.
So is the baby body the woman's body?
As long as the umbilical cord is attached, yes.
So the baby body is not his own body, it's the woman's body that she's killing?
Well, a part of her body.
I'm sorry?
A part of her body.
How's a part of her body if the baby has its own body? It's not the woman's body that she's killing the baby's body.
Well, if you cut the umbilical cord, that baby would not survive because it needs the mother.
No. when it comes out alive. They cut the umbilical cord because it doesn't need the mother. So when they kill the baby, the woman, they are not killing their bodies. They're not hurting their bodies. They're killing another body, another human being. Have you ever thought about that?
Yes. But it's also a fact that babies can't feel pain before their first birthday. And we cannot expect women to carry a growing human in their body if they don't want to, if they have anxiety.
If that's a thing that is said nowadays, the babies can't feel pain before their first birthday, that's nonsense. That is nonsense. Granted, it's harder to break their bones because their bones aren't together yet. It kind of makes them pretty bounceable. But to say a baby, that's if that's what people say, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
If they have a depression, if they're having a hard time, they need that right. They need that out. They need that solution.
So those issues give a woman a right to kill a human being in her body.
No, it gives her a right to terminate a pregnancy.
Does terminate mean that they kill? Is that person's life taken away from them when they terminate them?
Yes.
So there's killing there, right? And so you're saying that a woman has a right to kill a human being, and it's not her body, but she has a right to kill boys and girls in their bodies.
It's not like there's just random children floating around inside their bodies. They've made this baby. It's theirs. It's part of them. And if they want to end it, they should be able to.
Do they make the baby, or does the man make the baby?
The woman makes the baby.
No, women don't make babies. Women just carry them for the men. It's the men who make the baby. And
no, that is not true. That is not true.
Women don't. How do women make babies?
By growing an egg into a baby.
No, where they get it from that make the baby? Where do they get that seed from that makes the baby?
Well, it could come from a man. It could come from a fertilization from a doctor.
A doctor man?
There's lots of ways. You don't need men.
No, you do. Where they get the fertilization from? Where did that doctor get it from?
I'm not sure. I don't work in a medical facility.
The doctor got it from another man. Some man donated his sperm, and that's how the doctor got it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Would you want your ex-girlfriend, if you guys had gotten, if you had got her, did you have sex with her without being married?
Yes.
If you had got her pregnant, would you have wanted her to kill your child?
Well, I did get her pregnant once, and she did abort the baby, but she was going through anxiety at the time, and I understood.
How many abortions did she have?
2.
For you? 2?
No, 1 with me.
And 1 with another man?
Yes.
Amazing. Did you know that before you got with her that she had already had an abortion?
No, I found out while we were dating.
Oh. How did you feel when she killed your child?
I was a little sad, but it helped her, so I was not going to be selfish.
So you were not going to be selfish and look out for your own child?
I would look out for my own child.
But you let the woman kill your child.
Well, it's her body. I didn't allow her. It's her body.
No,
she didn't even need to ask me.
Did she ask you?
No.
She did it without asking you?
Well, no, I knew it was going to happen, but she didn't ask me. She told me.
She told you, I'm going to kill your child? How many months was she pregnant?
I believe it was 4.
Wow. And so she just said, Michael, I'm going to kill your child tomorrow morning. And you said, okay, go ahead. Have breakfast?
No, that's not how it went. She was having a hard time with her anxiety. She was being really stressed out. And we went for lunch one day with her parents, and she said, I don't want to do it. I'm going to terminate it. And I didn't. What am I supposed to say?
You should have said, hell no, you ain't killing my baby.
Well, we were in a restaurant and her parents were there, and I'm not going to cause a scene.
Why not? Why not?
Because it would be rude
Which
and
is
very
more,
patriarchal.
which is most rude is to say, I'm going to kill your child after lunch today, or hell no, you're not going to kill my child.
She didn't say that. She didn't say, I'm going to kill your child. She said, I'm going to abort your child. There's a big difference.
It's the same as killing.
No,
It's just a
one's
different
murder
word.
and one is medical.
It's just a different word, that's all. So did your wife cheat, your girlfriend cheat on you?
Yes, she did.
So she has no values anyway then. She lived with you, she aborted a baby, aborted one before you got with her. Now she's with another man, and she has no value. Are you glad she's gone?
Yes, I am glad she's gone. I will never speak to her again.
Were you heartbroken?
Yeah, I was. For probably a week, I was.
Is this guy a joke? Because he's like, he's almost like the perfect, what's the word? The perfect example. He's a perfect example of what men are like supposed to be, even though I don't know any woman, to be fair, who really wants a man like that. But that's what I was thinking. When they went out for a meal and she went, I ain't doing this, he probably, like, do you know what I mean? Got out a napkin that he carried everywhere, put it down all fuss potty, and she just looked at him and thought, oh God. But yeah, he literally is like everything that I suppose, yeah, feminists and that, what think men should be. But then everything like your Andrew Tates, all the people that are like so evil in the world, everything they say, he is a perfect example of that. He's like a perfect example both ways. Yeah, it's actually pretty genius in a way. If he is a character, he is really good at this. But I don't think he is. I think he is just one big misled fool. But hold on, 2 secs. Yeah, let's carry on. Let's go.
Really?
I'm over it now.
And why were you? But what?
But I was, I was really depressed and sad when she took her things.
Amazing. Did you go sit by the dock of the bay?
No, I don't live by a bay.
Did you play sad songs when your heart was broken?
Yes, I love sad music.
Oh, it didn't last very long if you got over it in a week.
Well, a big reason, part of the reason I got over it is because of support groups on social media. And they really, gathered behind me and helped me out through it.
Amazing. And are you dated someone now?
No, I'm not.
Have you dated since she left?
No.
How long ago was this?
A month and a half, 2 months.
Amazing. Were you raised by your father and mother?
No, just my mother.
Oh, where's your father?
I don't know. I don't want to meet him.
Why not?
Well, because my mother says I don't want to, and I there's no reason to.
Because your mother said it? Why you believe your mother? Your mother is jealous of your father. She won't let you see him.
I don't think that's what it is. My mother is also against toxic masculinity, and she is also against the patriarchy. And my father was a very toxic male.
How you know that?
Because he would, I see videos and photos of from when I was a baby, and one of the videos is him with a bunch of other men in the backyard, all drunk, drinking beers.
What's wrong with that?
Well, they're just acting like idiots. I can just tell through the video his personality. It's just not somebody I'd want to meet.
Are you just like your mother?
I love that people get abused by their parents, do you know what I mean, in all types of ways. But what gets him is that his dad had some mates and was drinking beer.
Yes, I am.
So you're just like a woman?
No, I'm not like a woman.
But you say you like your
You
mother.
are like a
Is your
woman,
mother a
bro.
woman?
Yeah, she's a woman, but I have the same personality. It's not.
You have the same personality as your mother?
Yes, we're very alike.
How did you become like her?
I have the same personality as my mum, but there is nothing about me that is like feminine like that. But I do. I have the same personality as my mum. Like, yeah, I look exactly like my dad, but I do have a lot of, yeah, my mum's side, but still, I ain't like that. And do you know what I mean? You'd never think that. But yeah, that's right.
I guess just spending a lot of time with her.
Are you happy being like your mother, or would you rather be like a man, your father?
Mm, I like being like my mother, but sometimes I want to do man stuff.
Yeah. Do you feel like a woman?
No, I don't.
But you're angry like your mother. You have the same personality.
I'm not angry, but I do have the same personality.
Well, the only reason you have the same personality that you're angry. Your mother made you angry, and when you became angry, you became like her. You become like whomever you're angry at. You take on their personality, and so the way to overcome that, you have to forgive your mother. She's wrong, and you have to forgive your father because he hasn't done anything to you. You need to return to your father. Then you'll be like a man again.
Mm.
But you have to stand up to your mother. She's lied to you.
I don't think I could stand up to my mother.
Why not? But what?
Be-
But what? Go ahead.
Well, because my mother helps me with money and stuff, and if I were to say that I want to meet my father, she'd stop helping me.
That's amazing. And you say you're 30 years old,
I'm 32.
and you can't fend for yourself.
Well, I work, but I can't work many hours because of my anxiety.
You have anxiety.
Yes, I do.
What causes anxiety for you?
Lots of things.
Like what, for an example?
Um, anything that doesn't agree with me, basically, or see things the way I do, and see the good in things.
What?
I just think that society is lost and just a bunch of hateful bullies.
What?
And
Are you on medication?
yes, I am.
What type of medication?
I'm not sure the name. I'd have to get it, but
Oh, that's all right.
it's an anti-anxiety medication, and it calms me down and really helps me breathe and relax and not worry about things so much.
Mike, I'm not a doctor, and I didn't know you were going through all this. But if you want to overcome anxiety and all that, you got to forgive your mother and return to your father, because that anxiety you have comes from her. Men don't feel anxiety; they don't go through all that. But when you have anger, it brings on depression, anxiety, worry, doubt, fear, and all that stuff. So you know exactly how a woman feels.
And say if I was to go contact my father, what I'm afraid of is he'd think I was too feminine, because I know he's not feminine at all, and he won't understand where I come from, or he will. I don't think he'd accept me.
Are you feminine? Do you see yourself as a feminine man?
Some things, yeah.
Oh yeah, some things like
I think femininity is beautiful, and anybody can be feminine.
you think a man is beautiful when he's feminine.
In certain ways.
Like I've never seen a beautiful feminine man. In what ways?
Just takes care of themselves and likes to look pretty and nice, and just likes to take care of themselves, and they care about things.
No, a feminine man is a weak man because he's a woman. He's a beta.
No, he's not, Jesse.
Yeah, he's a beta.
No, he's not.
He is a beta.
I can't believe I'm being bullied right now on live on the air.
Are you a beta male?
No, there is no such thing as beta or alpha males.
Wheat men are beta males. Alpha males are the president,
There
Great
is
White Hope.
something.
Great White Hope?
Yeah, you know who the Great White Hope is?
Are you talking about Donald Trump?
Yes, sir. You know who I'm talking about. The Great White Hope. You agree that he's the Great White Hope?
No, I don't.
Why not?
I think he is an absolute monster, and anybody who supports him is. There's something wrong with him because they're hateful.
What is toxic masculinity? What do you mean by that?
Toxic masculinity is masculinity that's pushed on other people.
Like what?
That
What?
has no consideration for other people.
Yeah, we'll stop there. In a way, I kind of feel sorry for him. Because, yeah, his mama's really sheltered him. Like he's got, like, what gives you anxiety? What do you say? Anything that doesn't agree with me or something like that. It's like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, there's one thing to be like your mum. Like, I do things like my mum, like, if you say something, like, one of them is, if you say something's magic, my mum will go, it's a can of magic. And I do that. Like, if I hear words from songs, I instantly sing the line to the song. And I'll get that from my mum. Yeah. But yeah, he did really need his dad around. But then it don't always work like that, to be fair. Like, my nephew, bless him, his dad always wanted him to be like a boy's boy, and he's just not. Do you know what I mean? He, like, in no way is he like what his dad, and do you know what I mean? It's quite obvious. Like, it's sad, really. Because I do also, although, yeah, my nephew's a bit different, to be fair. He's not far off of him, to be fair, in some ways. Not fully, no. But yeah, I do think, yeah, they're setting up with this boy. Him, I mean. But yeah, the thing he said about as well, I can't see my dad because my mum will cut me off. That is insane. There's no one that can hold anything over me, literally. There's a great quote that Tom Hardy does when he played Bronson, and for like Americans and that, Charlie Bronson is a lunatic from the UK prisons. He's never killed anyone. He went in for something stupid, but he just has constantly got in trouble since then. I'll give you an example. One of the guys that hijacked a plane, a terrorist guy, Charlie Bronson tells a story about him, and he goes, yeah, he was all over the news and that, hijacked the plane, didn't work for him, he got arrested, put in a cell with me, didn't he? He's like, he went from the day before, about to do a terrorist attack, to Charlie Bronson had this terrorist tickling his feet with a feather because he hadn't had a good laugh in a while. That's Charlie Bronson, he's a nutter. But Tom Hardy played him in a film, and Tom Hardy said he wrung Charlie Bronson. This is going somewhere. But Charlie Bronson rung him. So obviously he was talking to him to get the character down and that. And he said he rung me and he went, Tom? He said, and I was like, hello, Charlie. He said, he went, I got you, ain't I? I got you. He said, and I went, yeah, you all right? And he said, what's going on? He said, and Tom Hardy's like, I just split up from my girlfriend at the time. He's like, and I just thought, you know what, I'm going to say it. He's like, oh, it's all shit. I've just split up with my girlfriend. He said, and Charlie Bronson, he said, he went to me, do you remember the floods a few years ago in Oxford? you remember the floods? He said, I was like, yeah. He said, do you remember that little boy got his foot trapped and the water kept rising and rising and they couldn't get him out? He's like, yeah. He said, he kept rising and rising and he died. The little boy died. You remember that? And Tom Hardy's was like, yeah. Charlie Bronson said, well, that would have never happened to me because if my leg was trapped like that, I'd have said, cut it off. He's like, sometimes, Tom, you have to cut a little piece of yourself off, no matter how much it hurts, in order to grow. You know what I mean? Someone needs to tell that boy that you need to cut your mum off and communicate with your dad, or have your mum cut you off. Honestly, like, you can't have someone hold anything over someone. Like, I just couldn't have that. I could not have that. I'm very much of the Charlie Bronson mind. If you're gonna hold something over my head, then I don't want it. Nothing's good enough for that. Nothing. Do you know what I mean? But yeah. Anyway, I don't know how we got onto Charlie Bronson, but it is a good story. But yeah, that's the reaction. Sweet.